We've had some times, eh, Ma? Blow my nose. You alright? Hi, welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I make heyoka. 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 I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things, because I think that I should not bottle things up, because things that get bottled up explode. So let it out. Moving on. Anyway, it's a good day. It's a pretty day. I've been in nostalgia. I've been in my feelings all day, thinking about places I've lived before. Fall. I love the fall every year, every season. The fall, I love it. It's just finding people to do stuff with. I used to be in groups where like they would hang out with you because they had to. Because you had to practice getting along with people, everybody, even if you didn't like them. So we'd gather, a dozen of us, and meet out in the fields of Bennington, Nebraska, on the outskirts of Omaha, and go on hay rack rides, and then we'd go to the Village Inn for coffee or cocoa after. You know, so pretty there too. I've been to so many beautiful places, and then something happens. It just starts to get less and less pretty, and they start to control you and tell you you can't have that. No, that ain't me. You can't have that couch on that porch. You can't do that. The regulators get too big for their britches because they pay themselves to hand out tickets because they have no viable practical skills. See, so you got too many cooks or too many chiefs and not enough worker bees in America now. It's falling apart. People that got paid direct deposit for years and years didn't do the job that they signed up for. Now, a lot of people are in a disarray in the USA. It's karma, is what they call it, you know, because what goes around comes around. We had a good run for a while. You know, we're the top dog. We're the greatest, most powerful nation on planet Earth, and well, that's how the story goes. But as you travel around, what you find out is that's what they believe as long as you stick to the base. But as soon as you go off base and you act like everybody else that doesn't like America, because it's owned and operated by the stupidest cousins of all. Nepotism is ending America, because so many unqualified people are positions of authority. Because of the art of the deal or whatever nonsense. None of it has anything to do with taking care of people. Understand that people that have always been taken care of have never had to cop up for any of the stupid shit. They never had to take responsibility for any action they ever did. It's always covered up. They just keep doing more grievous actions, more heinous actions. It just gets worse and worse because they know they're gonna get away with it, like that Andrew guy, like that JT guy, like every freaking every creep that has kept somebody from an advantage because they don't like them. I've always been the odd man out. My whole life I've been the odd man out. I have viable practical skills. I'm trained by the United States military. It don't mean much anymore. That just means that I was cast as a hello, hi. I was cast as a cast member, as a central cast member is all. Yeah. So I got to go on paid vacations. Anyway, I was gonna talk about stuff today. I had a list of things I was having a hard day. I'm having a hard day. Oh, another cool place that I got to. Every fall they would do retreats. Yeah, we'd go on retreats. Mom would watch the dogs for the weekend for me, and I'd go out to Ashland, Oregon. Wow. Ashland, not Oregon. Ashland, Nebraska. That's also another really super duper pretty place. Indian Falls, there's like, I mean, I've been all over the place, and there's just, I guess wherever you go, there's, if you get out far enough from town, there is just some stunning places. But then it's just like I get into town and the people are just always ruin everything. They just make everything any time of the year and any good old small town in USA is just, they're always doing what they did last year and count on them doing the same thing next year. It's that same program. Some communities play their years on repeat, and I can only stand a few reruns, and now I'm on year 5 of the rerun of Taos, and it's just like, it's not fun to get stuck in other people's ideas of entertainment, because all I care about is that it's going to be a cold winter and that there needs to be more places for people to go to stay out of the elements. Because more people need to care about people and less about profits, because that's like, I'm trying to make myself read the Bible. I really am. Reading is just so boring to me. Because my imagination is always so much better than anything they print on the page. Or what they put on the TV. Mom likes to watch shows, huh, Mom? Mom, show people how pretty your hair is. Today, nobody's there. There was people there. Where are you? She's back there, it don't matter. I'm talking to myself anyway. So, yeah, this is like how many times can you watch the city get shut down because so many people, like, they show up at 3 o'clock in the morning to freaking go out and see hot air balloons. It's so terribly unproductive. Yeah, 29% of New Mexico can't read. And they just have their priorities. It's like, no, first you fucking work and learn how to read, take care of yourself and stay clean and build houses and stuff like that. And then you play. But that's not what this land is. It's play, play, play. Live in this contrived reality, and then when the realities of... There's so many places flooding right now. Pagosa Springs in Colorado, they're freaking experiencing... Hi, baby girl! What all these other people that have, And then there was another place recently that they just had a fire. So there are these places that the landscape of the cities are changing, because the earth is changing, because it's evolving. All these cycles are lining up, and so we're supposed to evolve with it and create environments where, like I was saying earlier, backup plans. Is where people just have a place to be under these circumstances. We had to buck out a lot. Mom was a pretty lady, so that comes with a whole lot of problems that people don't understand, that pretty single women, single moms have to deal with. That they wouldn't believe her. They never believed her even if she told. So she just quit reporting, huh, Mom? Terrible when men would force themselves on you and stuff like that. They wouldn't even believe. They just whatever, boys will be boys. All this stuff. I just have to freaking just But every time it freaking broke her spirit a little bit more. And now, thank goodness, because of her head injury, I think that gave her a blessing that she doesn't remember all this terrible stuff that happened to her. Good girl, Luna. Good girl. So what a lot of people are figuring out right now is that they don't have as much control in their lives as they thought. That they plan. They're doing what I was doing in like 2014. I just got. I had when I was a little girl, I had an idea of what my life, what I wanted it to be. Like what a perfect life would be. And that was in a relationship with a pretty lady, dogs, a car, decent job, not to put money in the bank, my bills paid, just save, just put in savings, we'd go to events and sometimes, and then what I know, and then I had all that. I had it all. My girlfriend moved in with me. Everything was great. Everything was like what I had in my mind. And then something happened. Is that the idea in my mind didn't match my reality. As hard as I tried, I couldn't make what I pictured in my mind. Like it on paper is everything I wanted. And it just still didn't feel comfortable because it wasn't right. It wasn't what my life was intended to be. And that, unbeknownst to me, I didn't know what my life was supposed to be, but this obviously wasn't it. So what happened was I got dumped, so there went the relationship. On one of those retreats that I went out on I can't remember if that one was in, I think it was because there was a couple places. We went out to Red Oak, Iowa. Then we'd go out to Ashland, Nebraska. This Joy Holland retreat center, man. Like schwanky stuff. It's like basically a hotel. And then you can rent it out. And then they have like a food hall that's a part of another part. Because there's actually a hotel and you could go up there for the food hall. But you have the whole area. And we were so important, the group that I was involved in, we'd get that for the whole weekend, right? And then we, talk about our experience. And it was important people. It's like the heiress from Walgreens, all these people that, all these, but like having a conversation with them, they really didn't have a whole lot of content to their character, you get me? So I got dumped, and then like I had my house and I had and I was just like, and then like I became very uncomfortable in my job, and then I started thinking, Marge, you've done it. You tried to make a family here in Omaha. You tried to have this big old house and fill it up with laughter and joy and all this stuff that you never had. You just couldn't find people that wanted to cooperate. So what I did then is I learned how to, I just started dating myself, I guess is what they call it. I just started going to concerts, and what I would do is I would look the day of. Back then you could look the day of, because they have so many tickets blocked off for important people, and if the important people aren't going to use them the day of, they'll release those tickets for sale. They don't want a bunch of empty tickets in the front row of concerts, so they'll sell them at, a reasonable price. And if I was willing to pay that price, then I would go to the show. Or I always looked at it, if I'm supposed to be at the show, then I guess the stars will line up so people, it'll make it possible for me to go to that show. And so I've seen a lot of shows. I've seen a lot of Broadway shows. I've seen a lot of operas. I've seen a lot of so many concerts. I saw and then they're bringing all this stuff back because that's how they get people to appeal to emotion. I would not see any concert of any show of any band that I liked so many years ago. So I'm not even that person anymore. Like, I'll listen to them on shuffle or something, but I'm not gonna like use my life force energy and spend money on tickets and waste my time. Because it's so dangerous. You got all these demons running amok everywhere these days. So, Tool, that was my least favorite concert I ever went to. I've been going to concerts ever since I was a little kid, And then what happened is it came to a place that my priorities changed. That, like, I only have so much time, and did I want to spend it away from, other things that mattered more? Because because I had to give so much to the reality of the program of 9 to 5, and then the whole education system and all that. Like, I had to act like portray all these roles to satisfy all these requirements, and then what I learned is that my soul had deficits, that I had holes in my soul, and that wasn't doing me any good. So, I used to do that whole, man, I wish I could stay home every day with my dogs, and I just think it's amazing how I ended up being a stay-at-home daughter where that happened, and now I'm trying to recalibrate my whole life. My whole life has changed, Like, this last year, my whole life is just turned upside down, and now I'm trying to figure out how to re-navigate through life, and I feel like I am letting myself go. I'm putting on weight because I don't go out as much. I don't want to go for walks. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to live in Taos. People suck here. Like, I could be cool with anybody, But the whole freaking world knows that that's what New Mexico's about. Like, if people are cool with you, it's just because they're gonna fucking use you. And I have a hard enough trying to figure out who likes me and who fucking hates me and is making fun of me as it is. So I don't want to try anymore. Because I get my feelings hurt. When I get my feelings hurt, I get angry. When I get angry, all that stuff builds up inside. Then I want to, I want to release that. I want to punch stuff. I want to hit stuff. But I know that's not how good, decent people act. And I've come across a lot of people that weren't good and decent, and I've been hit a lot. So the bottom line is I don't want to hit other people because I know how much it hurts to be punched. So I don't want to do that. It's just my body is just is a response factory, Mom took Mom out on a ride yesterday. We did a real pretty outing. Mama. We drove up my favorite road in Taos, over by the gas station on the north side of town, and we went to Ricky's, a restaurant I like to go sometimes. Haven't been there in a long time. Now I walk in everyone's house, Mom, how's Mom? So I'm like, she's outside. It's just cold season, so it's not good for her to be in around a bunch of people. It wasn't super busy, but the nice lady came out to say hi to Mom and say hi to her and stuff like that. That was cool. you know. And I got to see an old employee that came back just for the day. I didn't think I'd ever see her again. It was good to see her. Then, you know, it's just kind of a nice rainy day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scenery. Like leaves the color of yellow like this tree. I put it on my TikTok. With some nice fall music. Oh, Mom. Mom likes to go out and get around, huh? The only thing is that other people like to get out crazy too. They get crazy though, and we don't get crazy around Mom. I gotta blow my nose. So I'm finding that's what like a lot of people are having, or they're going through like my 2014 when I figured out, wait a minute, this is what I wanted my life to be, and this isn't how it turned out, and so now what? Like I didn't have any idea of what I wanted my life to be, aside from what it just dissolved from. So what do I do? And then I started thinking. And this is back when my brother, I would call him and ask him for his guidance and his perspective. He's Virgo, so I valued his opinion until I didn't. Until I realized that it was my opinion that he was trying to value, you know, because I was the good judge of character, because he always lacked character. Anyway. So back then, when we were cool, I'd call him up, you know, and I'd be like, well, I've been here 15 years in Omaha, and I just can't make it work, you know. I feel in groups of people with hundreds of people, I feel alone, and I try it this way, and I try it that way, and I can't find the magic combination, so, you know, I'm ready to try it someplace else, and then I remembered how when I was 15 I wanted to live in Oregon because I liked that show Northern Exposure that wasn't even in Oregon. I wanted to live in Oregon because it was a suitable substitute for Alaska that I really wanted to live in. But then I went to Alaska and I put reality and matched my reality with my reality with my imagination, and I didn't like how the reality lined up. So I X'd that one off because I like that show Northern Exposure, but it wasn't even made in Alaska, it's made in Washington. So I was like, well, I always want to live in Oregon. I knew some people out there, so Salem it was, packed up everything, moved out to Oregon, and then it has just been a crazy karmic lesson ever since we moved there in 2016. Like, I thought my life had, like, at least Omaha, I mean, but still I had accessibility, though. Still, I was still in populated places where they had, like, Home Depot. And then the whole 2020 COVID crap thing hit. And then we had to move out. And then we ended up in Flagstaff, Arizona. And then we ended up here in Taos, New Mexico. And we're in the third place that we've lived here in Taos, and I got one more move in me. I got one more. And so I gotta be really pragmatic. I gotta really be specific because I don't care about the place. I just want to be in closer proximity to amenities. I really do, because I don't think things are headed for like, oh yeah, things are gonna get bad and then they're gonna start. No, I think we're just on a gradual decline of society, because it's not just New Mexico where people are becoming less educated, because with uneducated people comes with all the problems that comes with that. That's violence, that's drugs, that's alcohol, that's because people that aren't, or people that don't have a place to put their inquisitive and their curiosity in their brains, when they aren't afforded places to put their energy and use it wisely, then we got place, and it's all about advantage, and there's only 3 read slots, but they're going to go to they're predetermined who they go to 5 years ago because of who their relatives are. Like, that's what this country is all about. It has nothing to do with it's like if you're liked, if you're who you're related to, and if you're liked. That's why America is dissolving, because that is what people have evolved their criteria. Work ethic isn't a thing anymore. Evidently, more people got shot today in North Carolina. You know, the more we see, it's about to be weird. Scorpio season. I'm not keeping track today. It's just like the more the shadow and the dark stuff we get closer to, the dark seasons, we're just gonna see more of the shadow of what people are, because they're like, fuck it, we ain't hiding this shit no more. It's a free for all, Like, they're gonna put up with anything. Look, we can put a base, we can do this bullshit, Israel shit on American soil, because they've been going with the story the whole time. Look at these suckers. Watch these stupid suckers. Watch. Hey, you can't hate us. We're the chosen. We're not. It's not. They fucking make. Dude, machismos are making up stories again. Making up reindeer games, And America's so unfit, even the military. Like, they ain't nobody gonna stand up against the people that have the guns. So they're gonna have to go back to the olden days. Oh, just get them drunk and pretend like they're your buddy. That's what they used to do back in the cheating and manipulating days. How many people lost their land over frickin' just because they couldn't stand, because they lost their spirits? There's more influence from things that we can't see by entities and beings than people get influenced by the TV and media and stuff like that. Like humans, we're just that energy. We're just in a fleshy soul sack is all. We're in a soul sack. But as soon as we take our last breath, then we're in the information highway of the ethers, the no place space, as I call it. So, for people to put so much effort into creating a reality that only exists for such a short time when you're here on this earthly plane, but the energy that you really have to rectify it with is the energy that's on the other side. And people are doing no bueno, ma. All the stuff they can't take with them and all that whatnot, So, I guess my backup plan was that I didn't have a backup plan. There's my brush. I lost it. I couldn't find it. I'm gonna leave it though. I cut my hair today. It's getting so long. It's my rattle. And a lot of other people don't have a backup plan. Because whether a water raises and flood waters raise and your house goes down, either that, that is, to me, that was the equivalency of, oh, I have to move, and now where are we going to go? And I had no idea where we were going to go. And now I can plan to where we want, like Mom, because ain't no place is the perfect, there's no such thing as the perfect place. And my perfect place is so much different. I just want to be within an hour of a place where I can, a half hour, 30 minutes from a place where I can get supplies. Because I like going for drives. I don't like spending so much time in cars. My body hurts and stuff like that, And other people are trying to figure out where they want to be. Because, man, driving around and traveling around, it ages you quick. It's hard. It's not easy because America is on a war against its own people. See? Because it sold its soul. It sold out to the highest bidder So, you know, whether it was a plane that came over America, dropped a bomb on that bomb factory in Tennessee, or if it's just complacency, where stuff, you know, what is, I guess they were building planes in there for mass destruction, you know, but I wonder what would happen if they were in a, you know, it's just, there's just too many people sell out to the highest bidder, so you got to be careful. You know, everywhere we look, infrastructure's trash because people haven't done the job in which they got paid for, you know. So places are blowing up, people are getting shot up all over the place. Like, America isn't this sweet little freaking wholesome idea that they used to sell. They can't sell that idea anymore because too many people did free will. Like, when people just do whatever they want, the stuff that it leads to usually doesn't lead to any place good. Because I mean, how many of all the philanthropists and stuff in America, you would think that there would be a place for everyone that has no place to go, and that's just not how it is. So it's gonna get interesting, huh, Mom? We just try to do right by people and do good things to make people happy, huh? I like to give these stickers out to people. I ordered magnets. They should be here in a couple of weeks. Straight people like rainbows too. It's a message of inclusion, and I don't have to like you. That's the thing, is inclusion is contingent on who's willing to pay those membership charges. Like those people, those Hollywood star people. I guess they have to pay 45, 50 grand to have their star put on the Hollywood Walk of Shame. Understand that when they are paying, you're like, how come people, I don't know why people don't get this. But when they lift up the star to them, the star's upside down because of the weird dimmy crap that they believe in. Right? Right? But because they are paying homage to their dimmy whatevers, you know, the upside down star, you know, at the same time that all the, you know, it's just getting people to believe. It's the inversion. Everything's about inversion. You know, how Hollywood is like, well, I still can't put my head around it yet, hard as I might try, that they're all inverted. Like, they're all inverted. Like, they're all boys, you know, born, they've all been scientifically manipulated at some point. And I was like, well, they did that to me when Mom was pregnant with me. And, you know, I didn't go with the program, thank goodness. Right? Because I took the good and I left the rest. And I understand, you know, like, I don't want to freaking get a bunch of surgery that messes with your body and your brain. And God don't make junk. And there's so many people that feel bad about whatever. And so they go do stuff like that to make themselves feel better. And I just think that there's other more practical ways that people could go. But it's just easier. And they're finding out that stuff comes with consequences. Everything comes with consequences. Everything you do comes with consequences. So you better be ready. Like, that's why I was like, when I got all my dogs, you know, I was like, oh, in the beginning it was so great. They're all puppies. They had you know, everything was great. They had the yard, and then they cut all the trees down in the backyard. I felt like I was on another planet. It sucked. You know, and then as they got older, we had, you know, it was harder to find places to live with 5 dogs and stuff, you know. Then they got older, and then they started getting more health problems and stuff like that, which actually they didn't, they did pretty okay. But then it was like I was doing more to give them a quality of life. And now it's just all gone, and I'm trying to figure out where I put all my brain juice at again. Because I'm done with Taos. I'm done with trying to make friends in this half-worse town. I'm going to leave Taos to themselves. And if I came back in 5 years after I left, it would pretty much be like, you go to the grocery store, be the same employees. Go to the laundromat, it's like the same thing. Like every Monday, like it's the same routine. It's the same program. We drove all the roads around here, Mom. And once I drive through a big old area where we live, and I see all the roads, like I don't have to drive those roads. I can just go into my imagination and remember that time we went on that ride, and people, they get on their motorcycles and they do the same ride. And it's just like, they get stuck in this drone, and it's like, okay, that's fine, but when does the practical stuff get done? When does the useful shit happen? Oh, I'm surrounded by people that don't want to do useful stuff so much, and that's lame to me, so time to go someplace else where maybe somebody wants to do something useful most of the time, and then do some lame shit that's fun, Wouldn't that be nice, huh, Mom? Aren't you cute? Your hair looks so nice. We washed Mom's hair today. That was wonderful. We sat outside. I'm going to wake up and the bird seed's going to be all gone, and I don't have anything left to feed them, so might be a trip to someplace tomorrow. But it's Monday. It's better. I don't even really like, I don't know. I guess we're the fun places to be, huh? To drive around. Mom, maybe you want to go to the store with me in the morning? Maybe? No, I'll probably go before you get up and around. I cut my hair today, so I'm all scratchy. Mom, don't panic. It's just this stuff. She worries about that. Stanley should be getting up soon to get the zoomies and get some of that food. Yep. I just had a hard day. I don't know. Usually I do pretty good about staying present in the moment. And today I was less like, man, I was remembering things in the past, and that's never good, because there ain't no going back there, And usually some days I worry too much about where we're going to end up. And there's no solace in that either. So best course of action is to do something every day, right? To make our day positive. Today we had a good breakfast, and we sat outside and did hair, so I'd call that as a win, huh, Mom? And Luna's over there happy. Stanley got out this morning for about 30 seconds, gave me a heart attack. He does that, man. I just have to lock the door every time he goes in and out. Luna's gonna get her nails done by new people this week, because I'm just so over the flakes of Taos, man. I know they're everywhere, but I just feel like per capita there's more here, and they call it, they say that's what it's like a gig, it's like a racket, because you look like spiritual healers, they're everywhere. They're snake oil salesmen is what they are, because if there's so many freaking healers in Taos, there wouldn't be so many sick people that did weird stuff. And it's not even people that are like born and raised here. People come from all over everywhere to come here, and then they do weird shit. So it's just the 35th parallel where it hits here. We're at like the 36. But, man, it just, people don't actually put enough effort into degaussing themselves and clearing, keeping their fields clear. You know, they're too busy about networking and stupid stuff. Like, I always get notifications for stuff that they do in the county and the city. They're always having stuff at the library constantly. It's like, and for all of those things that they have, they give themselves budgets to do those. And I just think that's really funny that so much money is allocated to the library. Like, stop doing, like, you know, read to your kids day, because 29% of New Mexico can't read, so it's counterproductive. These are things that they need to start, you know, popping up to. Like, oh shit, the stuff that we've always done isn't working, and people are just getting dumber and dumber in America. So it's just gonna get lame for an indefinite amount of time. But oh well, we all just have to deal with our lumps as we get them. Mom and I are just gonna go off someplace and find our little cabin in the trees. Build our garden, and you know, like I don't even want to like make cookies anymore, and that's something I've done for years, and I don't want to until I can grow my own flour, because every time I grow my own flour and I get ripped off, so they fucking took the fun out of it. So I'll just go someplace else where I can have fun without people in my own community fucking me over, because that's how they do it in Taos. And then they have pride about it, you know, and it's like, oh, 5-6 generations. Well, none of these generations did anything to make it a great place, because collectively, it's, nah. Like, the best restaurants here, you know, like, everything is just, every year they do the best in town. No, it's mediocre at best. Because I've been to places where, God, customer service is phenomenal. And it's not just phenomenal once. It is every time you go, not just once. That means it's consistently phenomenal, and that's something that Taos just can't grasp. Because it's always the people that ruin shit. Yeah. So they set out doing good things, and then they get greedy and stingy, and then they, you know, start thinking about, you know, all the stuff that I did this stuff when I was a young girl, 9-10 years old. My imagination, like, we get catalogs, and I just imagine, like all the stuff I could do with the stuff in this catalog, and basically my brain was the mind of a grandpa, you know. And basically I wanted all this stuff that provided comfort and security under every situation. But what I did was I learned how to give that to myself from inside, using my mind and my thoughts, instead of trying to achieve things externally to give me some sort of false insecurity, like I see so many people have in this day and age. So, but my path is different than Mom's path, and Mom's path is different than, you know, Aunt Rita's path. And like, people, we're here to just have our different experiences. So I share what I know based on my life, you know. But what living from my heart, well, I think living from your heart benefits everybody. I don't think it never not benefits it. So anyway, I'm done yammering. I wanted to get stuff out of my head, and that's exactly what I did. So I feel better about it, huh, Mom? What do you want to watch? Some Bob's Burgers? You like that cartoon? It's pretty funny, huh? Mom ate pretty good today. We're happy about that. She had some leftovers. That's what made your stomach like that. I bet it was the corn and the salad. I bet that's what it was. Anyway, you doing good today, Mom? Are you content? Are you happy? I wash my hair, so I'm doing okay. Every day, Mom. I'm glad you're here still. I try to take extra good care of you because there's so many people that lost their little dear sweet mom that they don't have no more. And so for all of them that miss their dear sweet mom, then I give you extra kisses every day for them too. So that's why Mom gets every extra kisses for all those folks that, you know. Life is a trip. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out.